opportunity at the belt, but once again, we so blessed to fight him.
Listen, we're giving you an opportunity.
He got the belt. He got the belt.
He came to y'all.
He got the belt. He did not come to. That's what you say. He did not come.
No matter how they try to belittle you, attack your character, create lies and false narratives, understand two things. We dress clean and we fight clean. Salute to the clean fighters.
They claim that this community is so drug-free, but it don't look that way to me.
And I started thinking to myself, man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
Like usual suspects here.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. What it do? It's your boy Hard Hitter Sports and Entertainment, man. Back again with 900 edition. I'm a little under the weather. Apologies for the tardiness. I was been supposed to come on here. Trill Thursday, man. Y'all already know the vibes, man. Shouts out to the entire boxing community, man. Shouts out to the six. Shouts out to the chat for those who are going to join today. I am your host, 503 Line, man. Hard Hitter Sports and Entertainment. Appreciate all of the support, man, the new subscribers. And of course, all my day ones, man. There's a couple of things I wanted to talk about today. And you know, this ain't no this or no beef or no or anything like that, man. I don't got no problem with nobody on the internet. You know what I'm saying? This is just me expressing myself, my thoughts as my own individual. I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for anybody. I'm not speaking for anybody else. I'm solely speaking for myself, and that's it. That's all. That's it. That's all, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the chat, though. I see some people just pulled up in. Okay. I thought I put my Okay, I put that right there. Okay, let's take that off. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Let me take this. All right. Trill Thursday, man. Y'all already know the vibe, though. I wanted to talk about this whole hypocrisy in the community, not just in the LDBC. This ain't no slight to the LDBC or anything like that. But let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Can y'all hear me? I hope y'all can hear me clear. That's what I want. Let me go back. Let me go back in the in the stream real quick. Okay. There you go. Okay, cool. My bad, y'all. I thought I had my thumbnail uploaded to my stream, but I didn't. I had to go back and upload it. So today, if you read the title, you seen what I chose for the title, and I want to point out the hypocrisy, the bias, and the broken ethics of the black boxing culture. And when I say the hypocrisy, the bias, and the broken ethics, man, I'm a part of that problem too. I'm not too big or too mighty not to include myself in it. Like, I'm not flawed, or I don't have said issues as well. And I'm struggling with this, y'all. I'm struggling with this chat. So please bear with me. I see my sister Tay Tay the Queen been pulled up. I appreciate you for pulling up, sis. You know what I'm saying? Always supporting me. She said it's supposed to say Thursday. I thought I changed it. It's supposed to say Thursday. Maybe it didn't update. I wonder why it say Thursday. That's crazy. I literally just changed this shit. Okay, hold up. Why is it? Why didn't it? Okay. Yeah, it was supposed to change. But they don't want they don't want to let me be great today, bro. They don't want to let me be great today, man. I swear. I know I fucking changed this shit. But give me a second. I don't wanna Your mom supposed to be cooking tonight? Nah, bro. I'm on my show, bro. So you gotta relax without a name calling, bro. Yeah, she ain't cooking though. Let's see. Yeah. It's supposed to be updated. I don't know why I didn't update it. Whatever. Okay, there you go. Let's see. Okay, yeah, there you go. All right. So appreciate that, Tay Tay. Appreciate that. Now I've been seeing a lot of outrage towards things. I haven't really said too much about it. I really only pointed it out one selective outrage as of late, of course, which was Tank Davis. Now, first things first, man. I see it's a lot of shit going on right now with Najee and Cigar Talk. a lot of people are mad at Najee because he interviewed Ryan Garcia. Now, on one hand, I understand why people are upset, but this is a world of journalism and content. We are on the internet for content. So Devin Haney blasting Cigar Talk just for interviewing Ryan Garcia is it's very, very selective, because I have not seen Devin Haney blast anybody else for interviewing Ryan Garcia. I have not seen Devin Haney blast Akin Barak. I have not seen Devin Haney blast Say Cheese. I have not seen Devin Haney blast any other platform that has interviewed Ryan Garcia. Okay. Another thing, why do fighters and fans expect media to be silent or loyal when the job of the media is to cover all of the fighters? As a content creator and as a member of the media, ain't it your job to interview all fighters? Right? Salute to my homie Matt. It's the media's job to interview all fighters. Okay. Now, I don't know what was said in this interview. I have not seen it, but Devin Haney did not like the fact that Najee interviewed Ryan Garcia. Now, would I have interviewed Ryan Garcia? No, absolutely not. But a guy like Najee interviewing Ryan Garcia, he is a big media member in boxing and sports and entertainment. Najee built his channel off of interviews. Najee didn't build his channel off of talking boxing. He didn't just come in the game straight talking boxing. He transitioned to talking boxing. But Najee had already had a big platform interviewing rappers and working with people in the media. And I'm not making no excuses for Najee, but I just didn't understand why Devin Haney was upset with Najee. I mean, that's kind of selective, right? That's very, very selective to me. You didn't do this to Fight Hub. You didn't do this to Fight Hype. I mean, everybody has interviewed Ryan before and after your fight, but you only decided to call Najee a sellout. If we are said media members, do we have to pick teams? Do we have to be on this guy's team and that guy's team and not interview the other fighter? Because Bill Haney definitely don't have teams. We see Bill Haney everywhere. Bill Haney is on everybody's platform. He talks to everybody. And I don't knock Bill Haney for that. I actually think that's smart. I think that's straight up genius of Bill Haney to talk to multiple members in the media with platforms. Okay, so I'm not mad at Bill for doing that, but we've seen Bill Haney on Coach Malachi's channel multiple times. We've seen him on Mill City. We've seen him on The Boxing Voice. We've seen him on Punch Drunk. I mean, he's everywhere. So I'm not knocking Bill. I mean, I think it's actually smart to go to multiple places and do said interviews. I'm not knocking Bill for that. Okay. Another thing. Are we gatekeeping the journalism? Are we gatekeeping journalism? Are we gatekeeping these fighters and members of said teams? Are we gatekeeping these guys? I want to know, because Devin Haney just did an interview with Akin Barak. Akin Barak interviewed everybody. They just interviewed Ryan. They just interviewed Ryan Garcia's promoter, Oscar De La Hoya. So, I mean, are we gatekeeping? Are we gatekeeping at this point? Everybody this whole week has been talking about the code. We got to stay on code. We can't be off code. I understand the code quite well. To me, this is the code right here. What I put on the screen in my thumbnail. That's why I'm leaving this thumbnail up, because I want y'all to know how I'm coming. This picture right here is symbolic. It has symbolic meaning to it. You got the Black Panthers. You got two lions with boxing gloves on. Right? You got Spence, you got Wilder, you got Devin Haney, you got Charlo. This is very symbolic. I'm trying to go somewhere with this. Now, to me, the code is this: an attack against one is an attack on all. The slaughter of Black people must be stopped by any means necessary. Isn't that why the LDBC was created? Isn't that why we have said code? To stop the attack on Black people, to give these Black boxers a safe haven, a safe space to receive their flowers and their love and get the proper media coverage, to get the proper journalism, to be asked the right questions and not be put in a certain type of light on the internet. Y'all real quiet in this chat, man. Like I want y'all to engage with me. I know it's late, and a lot of people may be asleep. I'm not gonna be on here too long because I did come on hella late. My apologies for that. I have to do better with the timing, because my original plan was to start the show at 7:30 or 8 o'clock, but I came on a little after that, so apologies. But attack against one Black fighter is an attack on all Black fighters. That's my point. That's my whole point of this. But yet and still, we have selective rage and selective journalism towards certain fighters. 3 of them is on the screen. 3 of them is on the screen right here, right now. Okay? And like I say, this ain't no shot at nobody. But I'm honestly, I'm tired of it, man. Like, for real. I'm really and truly tired of it. We only want to use that code when it's fitting our narrative. We only want to use that code when it's pushing our narrative. And I don't give a fuck who get mad, who don't like it, or whatever the case may be. But these is our facts, bro. We only use said code when one of these black fighters do something that goes against our narrative, that goes against what we're pushing, the propaganda, the agenda. Wilder, he was the reason why the LDBC was created. Brothers galvanized together and got behind Deontay Wilder, right, wrong, or indifferent. When Deontay Wilder started to motion down, people latched on to Earl Spence. Rode Earl Spence wave. Once Earl Spence lost to Terrence Crawford, we seen the transition to Devin Haney. And I'm cool with that, bro. I have no problem with that. That's cool. But at the end of the day, don't say we for black fighters when it's only a couple of, well, it's only really one black fighter that gets that gets put on that pedestal, that gets that special treatment. Because me, what I try to do over here on Hard Hitter Sports Entertainment 503 line, what I try to do, bro, I try to call all these guys out on their bullshit. I try to praise and big up all these guys. If you can get praised, you can get criticized. If something is going on in boxing, we will talk about it. We will address it. I don't duck, run, hide, tuck my tail with no smoke. I don't do that. When the Charlos was on their bullshit, who stood in the pocket day in and day out? Me. When Earl Spence was going through his shit, I stood in the pocket for Earl Spence. Just like I stood in the pocket the other day for Boots Ennis. Just like I stood in the pocket for Shakur. Just like I stood in the pocket for B. Norman. My energy don't change, man. I had the same energy for everybody, bro. Nobody is above criticism. Point blank, period. Nobody is above criticism. If you can get praised and put on a pedestal, you can get criticized and put off that pedestal if you doing some fuck shit. The targeting of Tank Davis, bro. Tank Davis is constantly under attack, criticized for opponent choices, lifestyle, and even personal issues. Yet, when other fighters make the same moves, cherry picking, the media and the fan base often turn a blind eye. Case in point, Tank Davis just had some legal issues, right? Tank Davis just had some legal issues, right? Everybody has something to say about Tank Davis and his legal issues. But don't Dev got some legal issues with his baby mama? Going through some shit with his baby mama right now? Oh, we ain't talk about that though. We ain't talk about that though. Didn't Wilder have some shit going on with his old lady? Right. Come on, man. What we doing here, bro? Tank Davis is constantly attacked, bro. Constantly attacked for any little thing that he does. But we turn a blind eye to all these other dudes. When Shakur Stevenson had his situation, it was a whole shit show. But some did stand in the pocket for Shakur. Some did stand in the pocket for Court. Salute to Fred. And that movement he started on his channel. See, a lot of y'all wasn't on YouTube back then when that happened. But I remember vividly. I remember that vividly. When Shakur had his situation at that gas station. I remember that. Oh yeah, they ran Shakur through the mud. Just like Keyshawn Davis got ran through the mud. And it's now he put on punishment. We don't even know when Keyshawn Davis is coming back. Nobody is standing in the trenches with Keyshawn and the Virginia boys right now. Come on, bro. You gotta make this shit make sense, dog. An attack against one is an attack against all. That's the fucking code. The slaughter of black people must be stopped. Not just one, all. This is hypocrisy, bro. Hypocrisy. Just because we don't like certain individuals, we don't have that same energy for them, fam. If that would have been Devin and Bill having a fight with the Normans backstage, come on, man. What we talking about here? If that would have been Wilder and Tay Jones fighting backstage, do you think we would stand in the pocket for them? But since it's Keyshawn, since it's Keyshawn, don't nobody give a fuck. Right, I know. Fundora. Sebastian Fundora. Close the door. Sebastian Fundora. Then fought twice already on PBC. Nobody has said anything. Finna fight for a third time on PBC. Has said anything. Don't nobody even much care about the PBC no more. My, haven't times changed? I wonder why. I wonder why we don't put the same belt to ass on PBC like how we used to. And hold the black man and his crew accountable for what they doing. Don't nobody care about the PBC no more. Don't nobody care about when the Charlos is coming back, when Earl Spence is coming back. Right? But this gonna be his third fight. Got a fight in October with Keith Thurman. Was outrage for the other black fighters that's still over there on the PBC. Everybody having winter rider season. Everybody ain't got lined up with Big Turk. It's only a select few that got that privilege of going to rider season. Wilder, Benavidez, Carlos Adames. See what I'm saying? Come on, man. I'm just saying, bro. Salute to the homies, man. Salute to Big Joe, D-Man. D-Man say facts. Dev has issues and they went at him. Who went at him? Who went at him? Who went at him? D-Man, who you talking about? Who is they? Don't talk in circles. Put an address on it. Who is they? You know we don't South Shoe over here, bro. We from Texas, homie. We keep it trill, nigga. Who is they? You talking about who you talking about? KO? Who you talking about? Talking about Coach Malachi? You talking about Boxing Ego? Who you talking about? And this ain't like I say, this ain't no shots. Because I like what KO doing. To me, KO is one of the realest Tank Davis channels on here. So this ain't no shot at bro. Bro doing his shit. I ain't mad at him. You know what I'm saying? He about one of the only ones that do keep it real around this motherfucker. Right? So I also see the Boots and the trader narrative. Right? So Boots gets bashed for Trill's count, now being labeled a traitor by some black fans. But isn't it the point to learn, right? Right? Isn't him training with Canelo a point to learn? Right? Shouldn't he adapt and be able to grow in his craft? But he's labeled a traitor. I mean, come on, man. He's a monkey. He's a coon. He's a Sambo. We attack our own people. We attack our own people. Well, we supposed to be for the people. Are we just for certain individuals? The ones that's on said code, right? A lot of people is gonna pick Terrence Crawford to beat Canelo, right? We riding for the quote unquote nigga that ain't never on code. You supposed to pick the nigga that ain't never on code, the nigga that talk down on my man EJ every which way he get. Said EJ ain't no Hall of Fame fighter. Yeah. Crawford been hating on EJ ever since he beat him. Still hating on him. But we supposed to ride for that. Is that being on code? And y'all mad at Boots Ennis for training with Canelo? Come on, man. You got to make this shit make sense. All fellas say he been criticizing PBC. I coined the phase pop-up boxing champions. Well, they keep popping up with Sebastian Fundora, and I ain't heard nobody say shit. Because niggas don't care no more because Earl Spence or Wilder ain't over there. Niggas don't care no more because Earl Spence and Wilder not over there. If Deontay Wilder was still on the PBC, I bet you it'll be some problems. Errol Spence didn't already told niggas he coming back when he ready, so niggas don't care no more about the PBC. And Tank Davis is going to Netflix to fight Jake Paul. And we mad at Tank Davis for going to go get the man. Knew Tank Davis wasn't gonna fight nobody. Fucking new. What else is fucking new with Tank, bro? We already know Tank ain't fighting nobody. When has he ever stepped up and fought a Devin Haney? Never. But we mad at Tank. Okay? Yeah, they don't like what I'm saying right now, but I don't care. It's the truth, bro. It's the truth. An attack against one is an attack on all. But we like to, in our agendas, we like to disown these guys. We like to disown Boots. We like to disown Jamel Charlo. We like to disown Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. See what I'm saying? But I thought we was for all black boxers. The code is fucking flawed, bro. And if ain't nobody gonna have the nuts to admit that shit, bro, I'm gonna admit that shit. We have selective outrage when something doesn't fit our narrative that we pushing. When it goes against our favorite fighter. We just seen the whole debacle with Brian Norman and Devin Haney. We just seen that whole debacle. We just seen it play out on Sunday. Why? Why did it play out on Sunday? Because my nigga KG and TD had Brian Norman on the show, and BFTB didn't like what they were saying. He didn't like what Brian Norman was saying about Devin Haney. So he attacked Brian Norman Sr. And I'm glad the beef has been squashed. I'm glad they squashed the beef. I'm glad him and Tay sat down and squashed it. That's what real men do. I'm for the peace. I'm for the positivity. I wish you would have never got to that point. See what I'm saying? I hate that it got to that point. But that's what happened. BFTB didn't even he didn't even let KG and them finish the show. He was already on their neck, bro. Calling Senior a liar. But we brothers though. We supposed to be brothers. We cool. We gang. That shit flawed, bro. And I love my brother BFTB. I could call BF right now. Ask for a favor. 10 times out of 10, he gonna do it. But the code is flawed, bro. It's flawed. We can't even. The code has became so flawed, bro, that we can't even, as a community, bro, as a community of people and fight fans, bro, of my minority demographics, bro. We can't even come together as black people of boxing and root for both parties involved. Why do we have to choose the Haneys? We just be happy for both parties involved boxing for making this happen. Why do we have to be Team Haney or Team Norman? We have to be Team Bill or Team Bryant. And that's how flawed this shit is, bro. We can't even of our fighters, two of our favorite trainers, and they rock with us. Heavy. Bill, you see, more heavier than a lot of people in the game. And Brian Norman is starting to reciprocate that same love. But we can't support both these brothers, win, lose, or draw. Because I'ma still rock with Dev if he lose. I'ma still rock with Brian if he lose. It ain't gonna be no love lost in my heart for whoever man that lose. See what I'm saying? That's my whole point of doing this shit And if ain't nobody gonna say it, bro, I'ma say it, bro. We lost sight of the real vision, the real goal, the real intent, as it comes to and all being on the bro. But that shit, man, we jumped a time ago, bro. And it's every man himself out here. We jumped off the ship a long ago. That's why I don't be mad. Junior the motherfucking truth, not talking boxing no more. I understand why he stepped away. I've had many would continue to do my channel. Because this shit is flawed, bro. It's flawed. It's too hypocritical, too biased. And honest, bro, the ethics, the ethics is just bad, bro. The code of ethics is not aligning, bro. The ethics is not aligning with the representation of what we putting out here, bro. It's not, bro. It's not. And like I say, I can understand why Devin Haney is mad at Najee. But if you're gonna be mad at Najee, Dev, be mad at all them niggas that talk to Ryan. Cause Najee ain't the only one, bro. Najee ain't the only one, bro. He might have been the most recent one, but he ain't been the only one. And that's a fact. And that's a fact. Now, let's talk about the Jermell Charlo backlash that he's been getting. And this ain't directed at one person in particular, but because my own brother in Cadillac, he hates on the Charlos any chance he gets. So I've been having to deal with him. I've been having to deal with him for years when it comes to the hate of Jermell Charlo. But let's talk about the recent hate he's been getting. So he speaks his mind, and now he's suddenly a problematic, right? And suddenly he's capping or he's a liar. He doesn't have any credibility or notoriety in the sport of boxing because he hasn't fought in 2 years. Or he has lost. Didn't Deontay Wilder just lose? Didn't Wilder lose multiple times? And didn't he come back and just fight in Kansas on a local regional card in Kansas on BLK Prime? Didn't niggas support Wilder? He just came off multiple losses, right? He couldn't beat Zank, he couldn't beat Joseph Parker. And Wilder has always been a vocal guy and known for speaking his mind. Wilder has said or done, even when he has done some things. I just leave it there. I just say he's done some things, but we've never spoken against Wilder. We ain't did nothing but support that brother, and he has done nothing but support us. So the love is reciprocated. I'm not mad at Wilder. And this I'm really talking about the people in the community. This ain't really on Wilder, because Wilder has done nothing but been a great representation of what the code is supposed to be. I say him and Earl Spence have always led in being on code. They have always led the charge on being on code, respectfully. I think they do a better job of it than Devin Haney. I think Dev should take notes from guys like Wilder and EJ. Charlo didn't show no effort though. The criticism is deserved. He has to show and prove again. So Charlo didn't show no effort. Charlo had a bad night against Canelo, and now he has to show and prove again. Are you going to have that same energy for Terence Crawford, Oddfellow, if he loses? Are you going to have the same energy for Bud if he puts up a shit show performance against Canelo? Is he going to have to show and prove again? Because I could vividly remember Charlo being on the usual suspects pound for pound list for three years straight. But he has to show and prove again. Okay. Have that same energy for Bud, brother. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, I see you put that emoji up in here. Like you told me one time, nigga. Don't talk to me in emoji. I don't talk in emoji. Are you gonna have that same energy for Bud? Because we like 20 days away from that fight. And I'm cool. Drew. This was Drew's main talking point today. When it came to Charlo, he was hell bent on talking about Canelo. And that's a great that's a great counter attack to bring up the Canelo shit. Not mad at you, bro. I'm not mad at Drew. But neither one of you niggas had that same energy for your favorite fighter. The code is flawed. Neither one of you niggas had that same energy for your favorite fighter. Just like you laughing right now, Drew didn't say shit about Wilder. Does Wilder have to show and prove again? Was the criticism of Wilder deserved? When he got spunked into a motherfucking knockout? Salute, Shower. Was the criticism deserved then when Wilder got knocked out? Did Wilder have to show and prove? Or did niggas let Wilder slide underneath slide underneath the cracks and get back in? You just let me know. Is we gonna have that same energy for Crawford? Niggas love talking about what Charlo didn't do. All I know what Charlo doing now is Charlo is on a hunt for niggas. And niggas is uncomfortable. Niggas is uncomfortable with Charlo coming back. They rather see Earl Spence. They do not want to see Charlo. I know what it is, my nigga. 5 knows. I know what it is. I can read between the lines very fucking well. I know exactly what the fuck you niggas want. Y'all want Earl back. Y'all don't want Charlo back. And it's understandable. I get it. People rather see Earl Spence doing this instead of Charlo. Charlo is the villain. Earl Spence is the hero. I get the dynamic. Shaw would say she want both. I would like both too. But I don't mind what Charlo is doing. Simply because, unlike what all fella is saying, Charlo has earned the right to stay claimed at his throne. It's his throne that Fundora sits on. It's his throne. Charlo gave the throne to Fundora. Make no mistake about it. He gave that to Fundora. Because Fundora didn't take a motherfucking thing. She say, we ain't uncomfortable with that nigga coming back. We want both them niggas back. If y'all say y'all want both them niggas back, why is Charlo getting so much hate for trying to claim the throne back? Why is niggas like Red and Drew saying Charlo is capping? Charlo is lying. Charlo ain't fought in 2 years. Charlo lost to Canelo. You talking about 154, bro. Every nigga that Charlo is calling out and putting in these pictures is niggas at 154. You got the Big Fish, the Shark, you got the Boot, that's Boots Ennis. You got the Omaha Pack, that's Terrence Crawford. You got the Giraffe, that's Fundora. You got the Texas Bull, that's Virgil Ortiz. Charlo is calling niggas out at 154 now. Well, I'm gonna be real, man. I haven't really seen you. You did make a video about it, sis. I haven't seen you talk about it. I have only heard Red, Drew, and 7 they talk about it, and they pretty much all saying the same thing, that Charlo is capping, and all them niggas is on code with each other and all that bullshit. So it is what it is. Cooking with Sir Senior says Charlo didn't want to get in there with Bud. How didn't Charlo want to get in there with Bud? Bud never sent Charlo no offer. Bud took a year off and went and fought Madrimov. Terrence Crawford got the fuck up out of the PBC. I know. I would say, fuck that code shit. Exactly, because the shit is flawed. The shit is flawed. Until it's fixed, fuck that code shit. Exactly. The homie say, don't get it twisted. I'm glad he's back. 154 never been better. Okay. That's what's up. Exactly. But that's what I'm saying, bro. Niggas act like Terrence Crawford didn't sit on the sideline for a whole year to wait till the contract expired with the PBC. Crawford sat on the sideline a whole year and waited for his contract to expire, the rematch clause to expire with the PBC. Then he went and fought Madrimov. And then after that, He waited a whole nother year. And now he's fighting. Now he's fighting Canelo. What a coincidence. But niggas act like Bud just went to the PBC and beat up everybody. No, bro. He went to the PBC. Fought Earl, sat on the sideline. He didn't want to fight Boots. He didn't want to fight Charlo. He didn't want to fight Fundora. He didn't want to fight Tim Tszyu. The nigga, Jeff Box, leave Bud alone, man. Bud ain't got nothing to do with this. Bro, I'm just speaking on the flawed code. I'm just speaking on how flawed this shit is, bro. Niggas say I'm lying. EJ kept ducking. And so did the whole PBC, man. Listen, bro. If you believe that cooking with Cersei, you full of shit too. Bud wanted no parts of the PBC. And that's cool, bro. And that's what I say. Niggas attack Tank for the shit he do, but we let once Bud beat Earl Spence, we gave Bud a pass. But niggas don't talk about that. Niggas don't talk about, I'm not capping, bro. Why am I capping at? Bro, Bud Crawford beat Earl Spence. I give Crawford that. But after that fight, this is how I know y'all full of shit. Because didn't Crawford say he's not doing the rematch at 154? He's only doing it at 147, and proceeded to sit on the sideline for a whole year just to go to 154 and fight Madrimov? This is what he did, bro. He didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight Boots Ennis. He didn't want. Earl wanted the rematch at 154. Bud said no. Boots Ennis became his mandatory. What does Terrence Crawford do? Terrence Crawford vacates the belt. Duck. He ducked, bro. Like, the shit is flawed, bro. The code is flawed, bro. Come on, man. And I still rock with Bud. Because an attack against one is an attack against all. Still rock with him, bro. I ain't got no problem with Bud. I actually want him to go up in here and beat Canelo. I do. And I know if he beat fucking Canelo, bro, he ain't gonna fight none of these niggas. He ain't gonna fight none of these niggas. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. That's the real motherfucking conversation we need to have. If he do beat Canelo, he ain't fighting none of these niggas. He ain't fighting Benavidez. He ain't fighting neither Charlo brother. He not rematching Earl Spence. He not fighting Boots. He not fighting none of these dudes, bro. Tell me I'm fucking lying. He's not gonna pass the torch, bro. He's not gonna do any niggas no favors. He's not gonna come back down to 154 and fight Boots, Charlo, Fundora, Earl. He's not gonna do none of that. Tell me I'm fucking lying. It's real quiet up in here, chat. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying, chat. Tell me I'm lying. I already know, sir cooking with Sir Senior. He like Bud. That's cool though. I'm cool with him liking Bud. I ain't tripping. I'm at work. Can you let me on the panel tomorrow because you capping, bro? Bud tried to fight all the PBC runners. Bro, if he tried to fight all the PBC runners, bro, why did he vacate the IBF belt? Why did why did Bud do that? I mean, bro, if I let you on the panel, bro, you're gonna get cooked. And our fellas gonna have to fucking help you, and y'all gonna have to double team me, bro. Cause that would be your only way of trying to win, bro. Cause he vacated the belt. And when he went to 154, he didn't fight nobody from the PBC, bro. He fought a nigga from the Zone. That tell you everything that you need to know, bro. And I'm not mad at Bud. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at him. It's just the truth. It's just the truth, bro. Like I say, man, like on my channel, bro, anybody can get criticized, man. But at the same time, I'ma give them their praise and props as well. Have no problem with giving these guys their props and their praise. I can put them on the pedestal, but I can also kick them off the pedestal. And they can get put right back on the pedestal. Jeff Boxing, it sound good, bro. It sound good, but ask yourself this: if Terrence Crawford beats Canelo, if he somehow, some way beats Cinnamon, and he walks away as the number one guy in boxing, no more if and buts about it, is Canelo gonna pass the torch to a black fighter? Is he gonna get his get back for Boot sparring with Canelo? Is he gonna get his get back for Charlo calling him out with the Lions smoking on the Omaha pack? Is he gonna pass the torch to a black fighter? That is the question at hand. Is he gonna fight Boots? Is he gonna fight Charlo? Is he gonna rematch Earl Spence Jr.? Maybe he might stick around at 168 and call out Benavidez. Maybe he fights Hamza Shiraz. All these are legitimate questions that we need to have a conversation about. Somehow, some way is right. What all fellas say, you tripping, Five. You want Bud to stay for back end money rather than front end money from Turkey? Listen, brother. Don't misconstrue my words, bro. Because I never said that. I never said that Charlo or Boots or none of them guys had to do it on the PBC. Bud Crawford, if Bud Crawford beats Canelo, bro, he's the A side. So just like we pointed out that Devin Haney had to go through Turkey to get the contract to send to Brian Norman. I know we talked about this. You just put the video out, right? You and KG just put the video out exposing the truth with the Brian Norman and Dev situation with Turk. Turk can do the same thing. He can send Charlo, Boot, he can send all these dudes contracts to come over there. It's not that hard, bro. It's not that hard. And guess what? They can all come get the front end money. You feel me? They can all come get the front end money. All them fights will sell themselves. If Bud fight Boots, that fight sells itself. If Bud fights Charlo, that fight sells itself. If Bud fights Earl Spence at 154 in a rematch, that fight sells itself. If Bud fights Hamza Shiraz, that fight sells itself, bro. Question is Bud gonna do it? But first you got to get past sentiment. This is all hypothetical we speaking, but it's a good conversation to have, and that points out the flawed code because we know that Crawford is gonna get another pass. Crawford is not gonna get called out by guys like Oddfella, Jeff Boxing, and Cooking with Sir Senior because that's their favorite fighter. And if it's your favorite fighter and it goes against your narrative, then you will be on a flawed code. Queen, they talking crazy in the other chat. Yeah, they talking crazy, man. Yeah, it is what it is, though, man. Bud is gonna leave if he beats Canelo, I feel. Probably so, Tay. I wouldn't be surprised. And these dudes are gonna give and guys like Oddfella, guys like Cooking with Sir, guys like Jeff, they're gonna give Bud a pass. They're gonna give Bud a pass. You know what I'm saying? But no, you don't call out everyone that needs to be called out because you won't call out the fact that your boy ran from the PBC, went to the zone, and didn't fight nobody else on the PBC. You won't call that out, bro. So stop lying. Stop lying, sir. Senior, stop lying, bro. You on that flawed code shit, bro. Because that's your favorite fighter, bro. And I understand. He ain't my favorite fighter. He's my favorite fighter to cape for. At least you can admit you be caping. If you willing to admit that you cape for him, you gotta like him pretty mighty good. Cause Bud has did a lot of flawed shit, and you have given him pass for it. You've given Bud a lot of passes, and I get it. And I get it. I get it. Bud Crawford ran from the PBC. Bud Crawford wanted no parts of the PBC. So he waited a year, told Earl he would not fight him at 154, did not want to fight Boots as his mandatory, vacated the belt, and went to 154. Had a belt at 154 for a whole year. Did not fight anybody else at 154. He did not fight Sebastian Fundora. He did not fight Tim Tszyu. He did not fight Earl Spence. He did not fight Virgil Ortiz. He did not fight Keith Thurman. He did not fight nobody except Madrimov at 154. And he waited a whole nother year after the Madrimov fight, and now he's fighting Canelo. These are just facts that I'm pointing out here, sir. This is not no lie. We can check the box rec right now and pull it up. If you look at Terence Crawford's box rec, you will see a big gap in his last two fights. It took him a whole year after the Earl Spence fight to fight Madrimov because he did not want to give Earl Spence a rematch at 154. But he did not want to fight at 147, so he vacated his belt to Jaron Boots Ennis. After he did that, once the contract expired, he goes to 154, does not fight Sebastian Fundora, does not fight Virgil Ortiz, does not fight Keith Thurman, does not fight Tim Tszyu, does not fight Jermell Charlo. He fights Ismail Madrimov. And after he beats Madrimov, he waits another year, not fighting anyone, and now he's fighting Canelo Alvarez. These are facts, bro. I appreciate that I could win a Grammy with the storytelling. I got I got some great storytellers in my squad. So I learned from the best. Bro, that is the timeline, fam. And thank you, Shawa. He said, don't forget, he said, fuck fighting Mel after he talked that shit in the ring. Hey, these are facts. These are facts. Exactly. Motherfucking Boots been under heavy criticism these last past. I want to say Boots been under heavy criticism maybe for the last past year. And you know it's bad when Shawa is up in here making talking points for Boots. You know it's bad, bro. LOL. Now we saying Boots ain't fought nobody. It don't matter. He was a valuable opponent for Crawford. Exactly. And what did Crawford do? No, thank you, sir. You can have the belt. I'm going to send you an email. That's what Crawford did, bro. And once again, I like Terence Crawford. Bro. But the code that we have for these fighters is flawed. We are hypocrites. We are biased. And our code of ethics does not align with the representation that we are supposed to represent for all black fighters, because we are biased. We are hypocrites. We do not like when our favorite fighter is out here doing flawed things. We do not like when Terence Crawford is not fighting Boots, not rematching Earl, not fighting anybody at 154. The Bud Crawford fans don't like that. We don't like when Jermell Charlo comes out and says and does crazy shit and gets himself into unnecessary bullshit. We don't like that. We don't like when Devin Haney and Bill Haney is caught up in the bullshit. The homie Sir say he didn't take the money and duck Bud like he ducked Haney and Norman Jr. Bro, what money? What money? When Bud beat EJ, Boots was the man though, bro. Bud didn't want to fight that. He didn't want to fight the kid, bro. And people is mad at Boots. People is mad at Boots because he sparred Canelo, bro. Y'all act like Bud, him and Bud is cool or something. Like Bud took that fight from him. Because if Boots would have got that fight with Bud, bro, a lot of conversations that we be having about Boots, bro, we wouldn't have those conversations, fam. 503, do we really need an EJ Bud rematch? Seriously, fam? Look, man. All I know is I'm not saying we need a rematch, bro. All I'm saying is to answer your question, no, we don't need a rematch. But if Earl does decide to come back at 54, and let's say he fights the Charlo, or let's say he fights the winner of Fundora Thurman, why not? Why not do a rematch? Especially if he fights Charlo. He fights Virgil Ortiz. Why not? I know Earl Spencer's gonna be paying attention. He tapped in with what's going on. His people tapped in on what's going on. They know what's going on. They know Virgil is fighting in Fort Worth. Yeah, man. I already drunk some tea, bro. Yeah, that shit's starting to wear off. I drank some tea before I came home. I stopped and got me some. I think my daughter got me sick, man. Salute to Tay coming in on Twitter. I appreciate that, man. But it's already 10 o'clock, man. I'm finna get ready and hit the motherfucking sack. Take my ass to bed. Catch me some well needed Z's. Yeah, man. I just wanted to come up in here today and talk a little trillness with y'all. And I was really supposed to be doing a whole nother show. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to have an interview today with my boy Breon, but he pulled out on me at the last minute. Pause. So I'm gonna try to get bro on real soon. That's supposed to be my interview for this week, man. So you know what I'm saying? These dudes still up in here talking about Bud Crawford, man. Look, man. I wish Bud Crawford well in his fight in a couple more weeks with Canelo, bro. Hopefully he beats Canelo, man, and hopefully he gives one of these guys that's underneath him an opportunity. Whoever he decides to choose, at least if after he beats Canelo, at least maybe one more fight, one or two more fights. Truth be told, I wouldn't mind seeing Bud Crawford fight Charlo. I wouldn't mind seeing. I would love to see Bud fight Charlo, rematch Earl Spence, Boots, or Virgil. Those are my top 4 opponents. We gonna do a live stream. Me and my boy Junior the Truth. We're gonna do a live stream Saturday. We're gonna be talking about football. We're gonna cover the Texans and Ohio State game. So we'll be talking about football. We'll be talking about football Saturday. But I appreciate you for asking me, Jeff. But them are my 4 opponents. Like I say, Charlo, rematch EJ, Boots, Verge. Them are my top 4 guys. And that's if Verge win, Boots win, and we're gonna see what Charlo and EJ do. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all let me know what y'all think about this video, man, the flawed code, man. An attack against one is an attack on all. I am your host, 503 Line Man, Hard-Headed Sports Entertainment. This has been another episode of Trill Thursday. And we back on Saturday, live streaming the Texas and Ohio game. And I'm going to be doing an interview with the homie Grind Time, Gorham, Breon. We got a card in a couple more weeks. OTX 16 in Houston, Texas. That's gonna be popping off real soon. So y'all be on the lookout for that. And it's just like that.
Went from sure they want me hit her like an archer, but I'm not that spring.